Why does the market always reverse after you enter a trade? Because you overcomplicate order block, structure, and liquidity. Today, I will break down these 3 like you're a 5-year-old. I will show you how to pick the best POI, how to catch real moves live. At the end, you'll be able to catch your own sniper entries yourself. What's structure? How price moves in the financial market. We know that when price wanna go up, it don't just move in a straight line. It moves up a bit, down a bit. It moves up a bit, down a bit. In the long run, it is actually going up, guys. Picture this as Mama Nkechi, who sells tomato in Ariara market in Aba. On Monday, she increased the price of her tomato to 1,000 naira. On Tuesday, she noticed that few people are buying her tomato. She reduced it to 500 naira. On Wednesday, she moved it from 500 naira to 1,500 naira. She repeats this for Thursday, Friday. Can you see that even though her tomato fell to 500 naira on Tuesday, at the end of the week, her price is up, and we can say that her tomato have been in an uptrend since. Same thing happened here. This trade right here, also this trade also here. This particular trade is a trade I took on my Telegram community. So the thing is 1:10 risk to reward ratio. Currently we have another buy right here, but we didn't fill it up. If you are to hold on to this trade would have gotten a 1:56 risk to reward ratio, but I stepped out as 1:10 risk to reward ratio, guys. And this second one is 1:7 risk to reward ratio, guys. So this is the limit order for the second trade, or in my Telegram community. Can you see that because we sold for a while right here, didn't mean that we didn't continue going to the upside, guys. And this particular trade is 1:7 risk to reward ratio. I didn't take this particular trade. I'm just using this particular trade as an illustration. There are certain rules I look for my own personal account, which I will talk about in a moment. To understand structure, you have to understand these three things: break of market structure, higher high, and higher low, guys. Break of market structure is when market comes to break a high. Can you see when price action came and broke this high, being a break of market structure, we bought in the market. If we move to the 15 minutes time frame, you see it clearly. We broke this high and we bought. Again, we broke this particular high and it came back. We bought. Why? Higher low is the lowest it got to before a break of market structure. This is another trade I took. Gave me a 1:8 risk to reward ratio. This is the same USD-JPY before I actually took down 1:10 RR trade that was around here. This filled in so fast I couldn't send it out. This is the lowest it got to before making a break of market structure, which is our higher low, guys. And the highest it got to is our higher high, guys. Someone watching me say, this is exactly what I do, but I keep losing money. That because you haven't mastered Ict A+ checklist, which says that I only buy when market raise a higher low and comes to make a break of market structure. That's when you can open an order block. I'll talk about order block and POI in a moment. Can you see I wanted to buy here? I waited for this trade before this break of market structure, guys, and I marked out my order block right here. My price action returned back here and it went to our take profit level, guys. Can you see this example right here? I wanted to buy. I first waited for here to be rated before a break of market structure, and I then bought from this order block right here, guys, which went to the upside. This type of order block is called a POI. I'll talk about this later in this video. Let's talk about liquidity. Liquidity is a number of buyers and sellers actively trading at a time in the market. When you look at this chart right here, people want to buy here. There are people who want to buy here. There are two types of market participants: retailers, which are me and you, and the institutions here. So let me ask you guys, where will give you an A+ setup? There's a rule that says that price will always flow and move in direction of people with the largest orders in the market, and people with the largest orders are the institution, guys. That's why you want to enter at this institutional order block. Price action will come back to these retailers. They want to buy from their order block, and it fails and it moves in our direction. Same thing happened in this our trade that gave us a 1:10 RR, guys. this is this place people with the largest orders are sitting at, and here is what a place people with the smallest orders are sitting at, which are called liquidity zone in the market. Can you see when price action returned back here? Let's try to buy a little bit. This guys failed, went up a bit, came back to our zone, a stability zone called a POI, and price action moved in our direction, guys. Same thing with our trade that we took previously on USDJPY. I gave you a 1:8 risk reward ratio. People with the largest orders are sitting here. And where is our liquidity zone? I took my liquidity level from what? The 55 minutes time frame, and here is my liquidity zone. And can you see how aftermarket took these guys out? Here we ran 1:8 risk reward ratio, guys. If this video is helping, show me some love, like and subscribe. Mistake I see traders make is they mark out their liquidity zone like this. This is wrong, guys. So how can you be able to mark out your liquidity level properly? By understanding what an inducement zone is, guys. Inducement zone is what? First pullback after a break of market structure, guys. Can you see when we made this break of market structure? This is the first pullback we made before we made this whole break of market structure, guys. And this level is called our inducement zone. Can you now see why we didn't buy from here? So we want price action to come back here and trade to the upside, guys. Watch Ict A checklist to understand this more in depth, guys. For this our 10-hour trade, USDJPY, here was our liquidity zone here. Can you see the first pullback we made after we broke market structure, and we mark out the higher low as our liquidity zone, or what? Our inducement zone, guys. And that's made our setup right here a valid setup, guys. But let's look at this setup that gave us 1:8 risk to reward ratio. Can you see why here was our inducement zone and not this guy right here? Let me know at the comment section whether you're making this mistake, guys. Watch Ict A checklist to understand this in depth, guys. For this one, guys, this is first pullback we made after this break of market structure. This is our inducement zone, guys, and then we entered from what? Our POI in the market, which gave us this what? 1:4 risk reward ratio, guys, which takes us to number 3, point of interest, POI. Leo said I should make videos about POI. Shout out to him. Not every area called an order block used to work in the market, and that is why we use higher probability places called POIs to trade from in the market. I've tested thousands of POIs and I noticed that the ones that work contain these 3 rules. Number 1 is what? It must be closest to an inducement zone. Number 2, it must be unmitigated. Number 3, it must be from the consequent encroachment of a demand or supply zone. Look at this example right here, guys. Where is our POI, our highest probability entry? Is it here or here, or is it even here? The answer is none of them. Rather, this breaker block right here, guys. Now let's use our rules. Number 1, it must be closest to an inducement zone. Where is our inducement zone? This level. The first pullback after what? A break of market structure. And where is the closest demand zone to this inducement zone? This breaker block here. And that is why we eliminated these 2 guys here. I will mark out the consequent encroachment of this breaker block, stop loss below here, and trade to these highs, guys. This is our trade setup that gave us a 1:8 risk reward ratio. Can you see why we chose this order block rather than this what? Breaker block right here? When we had a market structure shift, we had this what? Order block right here. We have this second order block right here. We have this breaker block right here, guys. So using our rules, there was no inducement zone. In fact, we had an inducement zone, but it have already touched what? Our breaker block, guys, breaking our what? Second rule, guys. That is why your breaker blocks don't work, guys. I see, if you've taken this trade, you would have failed this, went to the upside, and here we had what? An inducement zone that didn't touch our order block right here, respecting our first rule and our second rule, guys. And we made our entry from the consequent encroachment of the order block, stop loss below here, and we targeted the highs. And again, now can you see why this our trade right here, why it failed, guys? So rating these setups, this is a +3 setup, and this is what? A +2 setup, guys. Watch Ict A checklist to understand this more. As I was doing this video, I saw this trade setup. I sent it out to Telegram community. no showed a lot. Can you see here now? Came back here. This is marked from the 1 hour. 15 minutes time frame. You see my inducement zone close to here. You see my order block right here. Let me see whether I will get it. Okay, 15 minutes time frame. Can you see what, guys? Can you see my inducement zone? And can you now see why this breaker block right here that would have traded also failed? Something I just thought now, guys, failed now. Came back to our order block and moved to our desired direction, guys. So we are currently targeting a 1:7. We've done 1:5, guys. Let me know whether you use this at the comment section. I'm going to talk about how I use top-down analysis using this three concepts. I choose my higher time frame from the weekly time frame, my middle time frame from the 4-hour time frame, and my lower time frame from the 15 minutes time frame. So these three that are called 10 RL now, I'm going to be explaining it step-by-step process how I was able to catch it. What I did was USDJPY. I moved to the weekly time frame. First of all, we can see what price. Look out, this sell side liquidity right here, and this is our weekly demand zone right here. It swept this sell side liquidity into this weekly demand zone with this volatile candle showing the smart money involvement in the market. If you've watched my videos, you know what I talk about. When the smart money want to buy, they first sell the market first, and we can see what loss of selling pressure right here. If you're wise, this is supply zone to look out for in the market. Counter-trendly, we see this would draw on liquidity right here that we could target with price action case here. Clarifying this, we'll move towards the 4-hour time frame. You can see from the 4-hour time frame, we came back to this weekly demand. We made a market structure shift. Again, can you see what we had this particular read here, then a break of market structure, guys, and I then marked out my order block to trade from, and this is my liquidity zone or inducement zone, guys. I'll simply wait for price action to return back here. When price action go back here, I move towards my 15 minutes time frame. When you go back to this 4-hour demand zone, we made a market structure shift immediately, guys, and that is when I marked out this order block to trade from, and this is now my inducement zone, the first pullback after a break of market structure. And I'll mark out the second order block that we didn't feel, guys. Look at it right here. This is the trade setup by USDJPY on lot 142.222 stop loss. This guy right here made my entry here, stop loss below here, targeting this high in the market. And can you see the trade I've been running for 1:56 here, but I didn't hold on to this trade now. If you watch my live video, you know I was talking about if you get to this high and clear this high, we'll retrace back a little bit, which we actually did right here. But currently, can you see this low have not been filled, guys? I'm Victor Snow. This is trading from the zone, where I take complex ICT concepts and I break them down in a way even a 5-year-old can understand. If you got value from this video, show me some love, like and subscribe right now. And besides, you don't want to miss out on future videos. Always tell me videos you want to see next. Helps me make better videos for you guys. And if you're serious about learning smart money concepts and stop playing accounts, this is where you start a complete smart money trading course. I put together this video and every other video in a comprehensive way so you can understand properly. The next video in this series is Ict A+ checklist. See you guys there right now.